Welcome to the Childcare Director's Chair, the podcast for bold educators who are ready to lead, grow, and shake things up in early childhood education. Whether you are a teacher eyeing that lead role, a lead stepping into leadership, or a center owner dreaming big, this is your space to grow with purpose and leave your mark. Hosted by heart-centered leadership coach Erica Saccoccio, each episode brings you real talk, actionable tools, and a contagious laugh or two, all designed to help you step into your next level with confidence. So pour your coffee, pop in those earbuds, and take your seat, because your leadership journey starts right now in the Childcare Director's Chair.
Welcome back to the Childcare Director's Chair. You're listening to episode 3 of our 24 podcast and 24 hours marathon for International Podcast Day. We've already covered 2 powerful steps in your leadership journey. In episode 1, we talked about the choice to step into leadership. And in episode 2, we dug into our core values, the compass that guides our decisions. And remember, we're celebrating big today. Your YouTube community has just hit 3,000 hours of watch time, and we have over 2,000 ECE subscribers. And I say your because this channel is our channel. It's not my channel, it's our channel. And I'd like to thank you for every single listen, every share, every subscribe. Now, if you haven't joined us yet, hit that button and make sure you share this episode with a colleague so we can keep growing together. Now, let's talk about something that separates good leaders from great ones, and that's self-awareness. You know, the truth is, if you don't know yourself, you can't lead yourself, then you can't lead. If you can't lead yourself, you can't lead others. It's going to be really, really hard to lead someone else. So self-awareness means paying attention to your strengths, your blind spots, and your triggers. Maybe you're amazing at motivating staff, but struggle with staying organized. Maybe you're great at handling parents, but get nervous when it's time to give staff feedback. Knowing that doesn't make you weak, it makes you smart. When you're aware of your own patterns, you can prepare for them instead of being blindsided. For example, if you know that you get flustered when a parent raises their voice, you can practice taking a pause and responding calmly instead of reacting emotionally. Here's the other piece. Self-awareness also means understanding how you show up to others. Sometimes what we intend and what people experience are 2 very different things. You may think that you're being direct, but your team experiences might be that you're being harsh. You might think you're being approachable, but maybe your team feels like you're bothered, and that when they ask you a question, they're an inconvenience. So here's a quick tip. Take 5 minutes today and ask yourself these 2 questions. What am I really good at as a leader? And where do I tend to struggle? And then go one step further and ask someone you trust the same questions about you. And compare the answers. You'll be amazed at what you learn. And that's how growth begins. So in episode 4, we're going to build on this by talking about communication that builds trust. Because once you know yourself and your values and the way you communicate with others, it will reinforce or break trust. So we certainly want to reinforce it. That episode is dropping in just 1 hour, so stick with me. And if today's episode gave you a new perspective, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with your assistant director, a lead teacher, or a colleague who's stepping into leadership. And once again, thank you for being part of our International Podcast Day Marathon and helping us celebrate 3,000 watch hours and 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Couldn't do it without you. All right, leaders, go write down your strengths, face your blind spots, and keep growing. I'll see you in episode 4, where we'll unlock the power of communication that builds trust. Let's keep building this momentum. See ya in an hour.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Childcare Director's Chair, where we believe leaders aren't born, they're grown. If something sparked for you today, share it, shout it out, or pass it along to the next bold changemaker in childcare. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and stay connected with Erica Saccoccio for more real talk leadership tools and a whole lot of inspiration. Until next time, lead with heart, grow with fire, and always remember, the chair is yours. Now own it.